Chosen one. Receive this truth with an open heart. Your presence at this moment is no coincidence. The Lord Himself has directed your path, leading you to these very words, according to His perfect purpose. Nothing about this encounter is accidental. This is a holy appointment. A divine intersection where heaven meets your journey at exactly the right time. The Spirit of God is declaring that you have arrived at the doorway of extraordinary provision. A financial release unlike anything you've known is being prepared, one powerful enough to quiet every fear and remove every trace of lack. Beloved, every restless night, every silent cry, every burden you carried without anyone noticing has led you to this place. Not so you would be defeated, but so you could step into a brand new season. Your season of waiting has never been meaningless. Every hardship has served a purpose beyond what you could see. Today, heaven announces that your provision has been authorized, your resources have been released, and your future rests securely in the hands of the Creator of heaven and earth. As Philippians 4:19 declares, "My God will supply all your needs according to His riches in glory in Christ Jesus." This promise is not locked away in some distant tomorrow. It is alive in this very moment. Chosen one. Receive it deeply. The season of dryness is coming to an end, and the storehouses of heaven are beginning to open over your life. You are no longer meant to survive by human strength alone. You are entering a life sustained by divine abundance. This marks the beginning of a season where heaven's provision surrounds every step you take. Chosen one. Listen carefully with your spirit. Not a single moment of your suffering has been without purpose. Every evening you questioned whether you could keep moving forward. Every unseen tear, every anxious thought that weighed upon your heart while you struggled to remain faithful. Each one was shaping something far greater than you realized. You believed everything was falling apart, but God was quietly constructing something stronger within you. What appeared to be the end was, in reality, preparation for a remarkable new beginning. Now the appointed hour has arrived. The chapter ahead will no longer depend on endless striving or exhausting yourself trying to prove your worth. It will not be built upon relentless labor or constant pressure. That season has reached its conclusion. A new way of living has begun. One established by God's faithfulness rather than your own strength. A supernatural shift has begun. You are moving out of the survival cycle and into overflow. Chosen one. Heaven is showing through your life what it looks like when God Himself becomes the financier of your destiny. God is not giving you scraps. He is releasing abundance. He is not simply covering today's bills. He is establishing your tomorrow. He is funding your vision, your health, your joy, your peace, your whole journey. Think about it. Doors once slammed shut in your face. Opportunities vanished before you could grab them. Bills piled high like mountains, blocking your peace. And yet, you survived. That survival was proof that you were never abandoned. It was heaven sustaining you until now. And today, the Spirit whispers over you, no more lack, no more fear, no more desperation. Chosen one. Hear this. What I'm speaking is not casual encouragement. It is activation. This is your confirmation that heaven has already moved in your favor. So, take a step of faith. Write your warmest wishes in the comments. Type the number 99. Not as chance, but as prophetic agreement that you are aligned with heaven's release. When the chosen unite in faith, heaven responds in power. This moment is a holy invitation. Dream again. What vision did you bury because it felt too impossible? What desire did you silence because it seemed too risky? Bring it back. Speak it out loud. Claim it boldly. Scripture reminds us that life and death are in the power of the tongue. When you speak in faith, the atmosphere bends to meet your words. Pause here and align yourself. Like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. Share your agreement. Why? Because every act of engagement becomes an act of faith. It increases your alignment with this word. We are setting the frequency of heaven together, amplifying the sound of abundance being released over you. Chosen one. This is not about temporary assistance. This is a divine takeover. The days of barely scraping by are behind you. The days of wondering how you'll make it to the end of the month are over. God is not giving you crumbs. He is releasing overflow. Overflow that doesn't just patch leaks, but rebuilds your whole foundation. Overflow that allows you to walk tall with joy in your heart and resources chasing after you. Yes, money is coming. Yes, open doors are coming. Yes, divine solutions are coming. But more precious than all of that, rest is coming. A holy rest that doesn't make sense in natural logic. Others will look at you and ask, how are they so calm? The answer is simple. It's not natural. It's supernatural. You've carried yourself by effort long enough. Now divine funding is taking over and your life is shifting into the flow of God's abundance. Chosen one. Let me tell you what begins to happen when divine funding enters your life. Ideas that once felt small or impossible begin to carry a different weight. They no longer look like scribbles on paper. They glow with heaven's backing. Suddenly, resources start appearing. The right people begin crossing your path. Mentors, supporters, and investors who recognize the oil on your life. These are not random encounters. They are divine connections sent to help unlock what God placed inside of you. You must understand. This is more than financial blessing. It is assignment. God does not simply release provision for comfort. He releases provision for purpose. He is not funding you just to pay off a bill. He is funding you to step into your destiny, to create, to build, and to influence. Your calling is too urgent to be delayed any longer. Heaven has already authorized the release. Think back to the dreams you set aside. Maybe you wrote them down years ago and tucked them away thinking they were unrealistic. They were not fantasy. They were blueprints. God planted them in you for an appointed time. And that time is now. The resources that match those blueprints are being released. Your waiting was never wasted. Delay was not denial. It was divine preparation. Every season you felt stuck was not wasted. Every detour was not punishment. It was redirection. Every blocked path was God steering you into alignment. And now, the very energy that felt locked is being released like a river breaking free. Chosen one. Can you sense it? The floodgates are opening. Heaven's provision is not bound to banks or systems. While the world depends on fragile structures, you are tapped into a source that never runs dry. This is why you cannot measure yourself against others. People may have overlooked you, doubted you, even dismissed your worth, but God never needed their approval. He already had the plan set in motion. When His timing arrives, nothing, no rejection, no scarcity, no past mistake can stop what He ordained. Grace is rewriting your financial story even now. This is not about striving or proving yourself worthy. It is about receiving. You are chosen to walk in divine ease, to be a living example of supernatural flow. What does that look like? It looks like unexpected breakthroughs. It looks like doors opening without you knocking. It looks like people blessing you out of nowhere. It looks like rest in the middle of storms. When God funds your life, worry loses its grip. From this point forward, you will not spend all your energy on survival. You will thrive, create, and pour into others. This is not temporary. It is continual. Each new day renews the flow. You will wake up to find provision waiting. Each step you take will meet favor already prepared. Every move forward will reveal resources aligned with your path. Chosen one, don't shrink back now. Don't let thoughts of why me or what if it doesn't last rob you of this moment. This is not luck. This is not coincidence. This is divine order. You were built for this, called for this, chosen for this. Provision is flowing because it was always yours. Lift your head high. Walk with boldness. Make plans again. Dream courageously. Your funding has already been approved in heaven, and the release has already begun. Chosen one. Let's go deeper into this truth. When God decides to fund your life, the shift is undeniable. What was once delayed suddenly accelerates. What was held back begins to arrive without warning. The doors that seemed permanently locked begin to swing wide open. And here is the mystery. None of it is by your effort. It is the divine flow moving on your behalf. You've carried burdens long enough. You've lived with the pressure of wondering if there would be enough. But now, you are entering into a chapter where heaven declares, enough struggle. This is your season of overflow. And this overflow isn't just for survival. It is for legacy. God is not giving you just enough to get by. He is releasing more than enough so you can rise. Give, build, and bless. Chosen one. Think about what that means for your daily life. No longer will you wake up with panic about bills. No longer will you spend nights calculating whether your resources will stretch. Instead, you will experience a steady flow of provision. Unexpected credits. Debts dissolving. Contracts signed with ease. Promotions that bypass logic. These are not coincidences. They are messages from heaven confirming, I am with you, I am covering you, I am funding your mission. And it's not only about money. Divine funding includes wisdom, strategy, and clarity. Ideas that once felt confusing will suddenly make sense. Paths that seemed foggy will clear. Relationships that drained you will fall away. And new alliances will arrive to help you build papajuice.com. God funds not only your wallet, but also your purpose, your strength, your peace. That is why you will notice every part of your life shifting, your thoughts, your energy, even the atmosphere around you. Chosen one. Don't be surprised when people around you start asking questions. They will see the difference. They'll wonder, how did everything change so quickly? Some may even whisper, it doesn't make sense. And they'll be right. It doesn't make sense to the natural mind because this isn't natural. It's supernatural. You will know deep in your spirit that it wasn't you who made it happen. It was heaven's decree. This is why you must stay expectant, open, and aligned. A funded life is not a one-time blessing. It is a lifestyle. Every step you take is covered. Every move forward is supported. Every dream you dare to voice is backed by the Creator. Don't shrink back into old patterns of fear. Don't let worry trick you into thinking this will fade. You are chosen, and because of that, your provision is sustained by grace. What you used to chase is now commanded to come to you. The nights of crying yourself to sleep are behind you. The days of scrambling to figure everything out are over. You have entered a reality where abundance meets you, not by force, but by alignment. You are more than enough. And the one who chose you is more than capable of sustaining every promise spoken over your life. Chosen one. Lift your head. Walk with confidence. Speak with boldness. Make plans again. Dream with courage again, because the divine transaction has already begun, and you are living in the flow of supernatural funding. Chosen one. Listen carefully. What you are stepping into now is not fragile, and it is not temporary. This shift is not a short burst of blessing that fades away with time. It is a holy reroute, a permanent redirection of your life into supernatural flow. You are entering the stage where your identity as God's chosen one becomes the access pass to unlimited provision. There will be no more striving, no more begging, no more chasing after what you already carry. You are learning the language of trust. And it sounds like peace. You are learning the rhythm of grace. And it feels like rest. You are learning to walk in alignment. And it moves like favor. This is the life you were always meant to live. Receiving freely, creating boldly, and walking in fullness. Chosen one. Every time you looked at your bank account and felt fear, every moment you wondered if you'd ever break free from the cycle of lack. All of that is being reversed right now. What you feel in your spirit is real. The invisible hands of heaven are lifting you. The grace of God is carrying you. The same hand that set the stars in the sky is now funding your journey. You are no longer living on borrowed resources or borrowed time. You are being resourced by eternity itself. That means no more compromises. You are not forced to accept crumbs just to get by. You are not settling for less than what has already been promised to you. The financial favor coming into your life is not just relief. It is strategy. It is God saying, I am giving you what you need to build, to lead, to create, to give. Your purpose is too powerful to be delayed by debt or choked by fear. Chosen one. It is time to release the old thinking, that mindset of survival, of holding back, of shrinking so others can feel comfortable, that no longer serves you. That was training for the wilderness. But you are stepping into Canaan. You are not in survival anymore. You are in flow. You are in favor. You are in abundance. And as this divine funding pours in, you will see shifts in every area of your life. Your relationships will change because you will no longer connect from fear, but from confidence. Your thoughts will change because your mind will be anchored in peace. Even your body will feel lighter because when the spirit is free from worry, everything else comes into alignment. People will notice something different about you. They won't be able to explain it, but they will sense it. Your presence will carry a weight and authority and aura that cannot be explained by logic. Some may even feel intimidated, confused, or envious. But you are not here to convince anyone to understand. You are here to walk boldly in what God has released. Contracts will arrive in your hands without you begging. Opportunities will open where you once faced rejection. And when you show up this time, you won't show up desperate. You'll show up knowing you are fully backed by heaven. That is what it means to be chosen. Expect the unexpected. Expect miracles to become your new normal. Expect divine deposits in your accounts, in your heart, and in your mind. Expect solutions you didn't plan for, and invitations you once only dreamed of. Chosen one, you are entering far more than a season of fresh blessings. You are stepping into the fullness of a renewed identity. Your life is becoming a testimony of what it means to be sustained by the hand of God. Listen carefully, because what is unfolding before you is greater than a breakthrough. This is a complete transformation. Provision is only one part of the story. As heaven releases resources into your life, it is also reshaping your character, strengthening your heart, and establishing you in the identity you were always created to carry. You are becoming the person who no longer responds to every challenge with fear, because you trust that heaven has already set the answer in motion. You are becoming someone who speaks with unwavering confidence instead of uncertainty, because you have experienced the faithfulness of divine provision. You are becoming a source of wisdom and stability, someone whose peace encourages others to keep believing. That is the true mark of the chosen. It is never measured by possessions, but by the person you become as you remain aligned with God's purpose. Chosen one, recognize what is happening. As you move forward, new opportunities unfold before you. As you obey, the provision follows. While you rest in faith, God continues working on your behalf. The burden you carried for so many years, the constant pressure you believed belonged to you alone, is finally being lifted. The voice that insisted everything depends on you is losing its power because it was never speaking the truth. You were never designed to carry life by your own strength. You were created to walk in partnership with heaven's endless supply. This is not wishful thinking. It is living faith becoming visible. You cannot purchase this blessing, nor could you ever deserve it through effort alone. It is the harvest of your obedience and the evidence of your faithful walk with God. You remained steadfast when the journey became difficult. You continued trusting even when there was nothing visible to support your hope. You refused to abandon your convictions simply to gain acceptance from the world. Because of that unwavering faith, doors are opening that you never could have imagined, and blessings once hidden are now being released into your life from places only God could prepare. Your outer world is shifting, but your inner world is changing. 2. You are no longer motivated by lack, fear, or comparison. You are moving from a place of security, knowing you are protected, resourced, and loved by a power greater than any system on earth. The true currency of your life is divine favor, and the return on your faith is multiplying beyond measure. Chosen one, this season will stretch you into bold decisions. You will say yes to opportunities that once terrified you. You will walk away from situations that once held you back, not out of arrogance, but out of clarity. Because when you are funded by God, you are no longer for sale. You can't be manipulated by scarcity. You won't shrink to fit anyone's expectations. You will stand tall because you know your worth is already established in heaven. Let this sink in. You are covered, supported, and funded. From this day forward, your needs are not your problem. They are God's promise. You are not a warrior. You are a receiver of supernatural resources, a receiver of divine wisdom, a receiver of holy rest. The striving ends here. The panic no longer fits who you are becoming. The weight that tried to crush you was really preparing you to carry blessing with boldness. Now you can hold it. Now you can manage it. Now you can walk into everything that is unfolding with strength, clarity, and confidence. Chosen one. This is your funded life, and this is only the beginning. Chosen one. Let me remind you, your entire life is about to testify. Every detail, every corner, every hidden place is about to reflect the hand of God funding you. This is not about one answered prayer or one sudden breakthrough. This is a complete reordering of how you experience provision, security, and peace. Your inbox will carry evidence, unexpected opportunities, approvals you thought were long forgotten. Your home will carry evidence, debts dissolving, responsibilities handled with ease. Your health will carry evidence, peace in your body where stress once ruled. Even your joy will carry evidence because the heaviness of worry has been lifted. You are entering into alignment where every part of your life becomes a living testimony of divine support. Chosen one. Understand, you were not chosen just to survive. You were not called to scrape by and hope for small mercies. You were called to rise, to lead, to demonstrate to the world what it looks like to be fully backed by the Creator of heaven and earth. The funding being released into your life is not ordinary provision. It is strategy. It is wisdom. It is clarity. It is the divine blueprint showing up right on time to activate the next phase of your journey. And yes, some people will fall away as this shift happens. When divine funding enters your life, it exposes who was only present during your lack. That is not punishment. It is purification. Not everyone can walk with you into this next level. Not everyone is meant to handle the weight of your increase. But hear me clearly. You are not losing. You are being refined. God is protecting what He's placing in your hands because this wealth, this favor, this overflow, it's not just for you. It is entrusted to you. You are not simply a receiver. You are a steward. You are trusted with increase because your heart is anchored in something greater than money. Money does not define you. It follows you. It serves your assignment. It aligns itself to your obedience. Chosen one. You no longer have to chase resources. When you walk in obedience, resources chase you. When you step in faith, doors open before you knock. When you declare boldly, provision responds like a magnet. The frequency of your faith calls forth what you need. This is why you are not operating from fear anymore. You are flowing from favor, and this favor cannot be earned. It is not a paycheck for performance. It is a reward for faithfulness. It shows up after the silent seasons when you kept believing. It surrounds you like a shield when doubt tries to creep in. It whispers, "You are right on time. You are not behind. You are not late. You are aligned with heaven's release." Chosen one. The only thing required of you now is trust. To open your hands and let go of the belief that it's all up to you. It never was. You are being invited to rest in the current of provision, to walk with the assurance that what you need is already on its way. You are being taught a new language, the language of trust. And it feels like peace. It moves like grace. It looks like favor unfolding step by step. Chosen one. Now is the time to move differently. You are not the same person who once questioned every step, paralyzed by fear of not having enough. You are walking into a season where your first response is no longer worry, but faith. Instead of asking, "How will I afford this?" you will declare, "It is already covered." That is the difference between survival and overflow. Heaven has shifted you out of survival mode and into divine alignment. You've been extracted from cycles that held you back. You've been positioned for abundance. This new reality you are living in is not fragile. It is sustained by God's hand. Think of it like a divine account with your name on it, filled with resources, ideas, and opportunities. Every time you choose faith over fear, it's like making a withdrawal from what is already yours. And the best part, this account never runs dry. Chosen one. What's fueling your next chapter is not luck or chance. It is heaven-backed, purpose-driven, and eternally authorized. That means no circumstance, no enemy, not even your past mistakes can block what's coming. Let that truth sink in. You can finally breathe again. You can finally rest. You don't have to carry the burden of figuring it all out alone. The stress that once kept you up at night is lifting. The weight that tried to crush your spirit is being removed. Divine help is here. This shift is permanent. It's a holy reroute that aligns your steps with supernatural supply. From this moment forward, you are walking under a covering that cannot be shaken. You're stepping into a rhythm where your needs are not just met, they are exceeded. This is what it means to live funded by heaven. Chosen one. Notice the signs. Every moment you doubted yourself, every time you looked at your resources and thought they were too small, those fears are being replaced with evidence. You will begin to see it in small ways. First, bills paid on time, unexpected discounts, new opportunities opening without struggle. And as you remain aligned, the flow will increase. Bigger contracts, strategic connections, sudden breakthroughs. These are not random. They are heaven's confirmation that you are in the right place at the right time. You may have imagined that your prayers were delayed, but in truth, they were building momentum. The release is now. The invisible is becoming visible, and you will know it's God, because it will bypass logic. What should have taken years will happen in months. What seemed impossible will come to pass with ease. Chosen one. Prepare yourself. This funding is not just about your comfort, it's about your calling. It is about building what others will benefit from. It's about opening doors for those who come after you. It's about breaking patterns that held your family line and stepping into a legacy of abundance. God is trusting you with more because you have shown faithfulness with little. So, rise up, lift your head, speak with courage, walk with confidence. The days of worry are over. The days of divine ease are here. You are no longer begging for blessings. You are living in them. No more scarcity, no more fear, no more hesitation. You are walking fully in the reality of a funded life. Chosen one. Hear it again. This is not a season of scraping by. This is a season of supernatural abundance, and you are right on time for the release. Chosen one. As we move into this final part, let me seal this word in your spirit. You are no longer living from paycheck to paycheck, prayer to prayer, hope to hope, waiting for something to change. You are walking into funded overflow. What once felt like a dream is becoming your everyday reality. Piece by piece, moment by moment, God is building a new infrastructure around your life, an infrastructure of abundance, peace, and purpose. You are surrounded now, surrounded by provision, surrounded by protection, surrounded by purpose. There is a sacred wind at your back, carrying you further than your strength could ever take you. This is not just about bills being paid or needs being met. This is about boldness. God is funding your courage. He is giving you strength to speak truth, to set boundaries, to walk in authority. The sphere of not having enough is dissolving, and with it, your true identity is rising. Chosen one, you are a force. You are a presence. You are a living demonstration of what it means to be sustained by heaven. Everything around you is beginning to respond to this new energy. Where there was resistance, there will now be ease. Where there was delay, there will now be acceleration. Where you were once dismissed, you will now be recognized. Not because of pride, but because you finally understand your value. You don't have to defend your abundance. You don't have to explain your blessing. Divine funding doesn't come with apology. It comes with assignment. Your wealth, your peace, your freedom. They are not just for you. They are designed to overflow, to touch others, to open doors that were shut. You are resourced because your life carries impact far beyond yourself. Every step you take now will be followed by provision. You won't run out. You won't fall short. You won't collapse under pressure. The source that fuels you is eternal and unshakable. This is a new financial frequency. You've disconnected from scarcity and tuned into the rhythms of heaven. You are vibrating at the level of abundance, and anything that doesn't align will naturally fall away. Chosen one, don't mourn what leaves. It's not rejection. It's alignment. Old conversations, old environments, old fears, and even old versions of yourself are being shed. This is part of your upgrade. You're not surviving anymore. You're thriving. You're not barely making it. You are walking boldly in destiny. The version of you that is emerging now is bolder, visa, freer. And this version is being fully funded because the impact you're about to make requires both spiritual and financial overflow. You will not just receive money, you will receive profitable ideas, divine strategies, and vision that builds legacies. This is the realm where miracles are normal, where impossibilities dissolve, where what took others years will manifest for you in moments. You'll find yourself in rooms you once only dreamed of. You'll receive invitations you never thought possible. And you will realize none of it was random. It has always been part of God's plan for your life. Chosen one, your season of waiting has reached its conclusion. The days of constant anxiety are behind you. You have entered the season where heaven provides everything you need. Receive this truth with confidence. Live it with boldness. And never lose sight of who you are. You are chosen by God, surrounded by His protection, and sustained by His limitless provision. Chosen one. Let these final words settle deeply within your heart. You will not leave this moment unchanged. Heaven has announced the end of your season of uncertainty. You are stepping into a divine order where provision follows purpose, where favor, opportunity, and increase are drawn toward your life because you are walking in obedience to God's will. This is not a promise reserved for the future. It has already begun. You have arrived at your Kairos moment, the appointed time established by heaven. Beloved, what once drained your strength is becoming a source of increase. Scarcity is giving way to abundance. Fear is surrendering to faith. And the things you spent years pursuing will begin finding their way to you. The answers you cried out for in prayer are beginning to unfold before your eyes. This is not luck or coincidence. It is heaven confirming that its promises never fail. A supernatural shift has already been set in motion, positioning your life for greater abundance, deeper purpose, and lasting peace. Chosen one, move forward with confidence. Lift your eyes and carry the presence of God wherever you go. You have become a vessel through which His provision flows. A living witness that heaven faithfully supplies every assignment it gives. Continue walking in faith. Remain fully aligned with His purpose. Keep your heart filled with gratitude, because God's blessings are unfolding day by day, and nothing can cancel what He has already established. If this message has spoken to your spirit, declare your agreement in the comments as an act of faith. Share these words with someone who also needs encouragement to step into God's divine provision. And remember to subscribe so you can continue receiving these prophetic messages of hope and encouragement. Go forward, chosen one, with complete confidence that you are protected, sustained, and abundantly supplied by the mighty hand of the Almighty,